This week on West of Nowhere, we do our best TMZ impression and talk about Gypsy Rose some more and what's going on with her. We also talk about the Fallout TV show and Walton Goggins in relation to that. We also kind of turned into a whole conversation about different TV shows and movies. We talk about Sam Rockwell as well. And then we talked about the Navy sailors who were filmed without consent in these creeper-style videos on the naval base in Guam. Then we talked about the viral question that's going around, man or bear. And we talked about a reformed convict who wants to distance himself from his daughter and whether or not that's the right move in this week's Am I the Asshole? And we'd like to thank our Patreon people. We have Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Colby Jordan, Chantel Stadler, Kevin Garahan, Andres Valles the God, Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts, Colton Zammersla, Pantera Girl, and away we go.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Yeah, and we are back, and we're both in one piece. So, if you've heard differently, somebody's lying to you. It's definitely not crutches behind my head. Don't look.
All I can see is swords.
Is it?
Oh, I guess there they are. Okay, my bad.
It blend. Oh wait, I don't know. Stage left. Anyway, I injured myself, and I've never been on crutches before, and so this has been an emotional journey for me.
Yeah.
I spent 5 hours in the ER just hanging out, watching Brian Regan stand up because I was really, really feeling it. Especially the one where he has to drive himself to the hospital because
he broke his leg? Oh, nice.
No, he had like a stomach virus or something like that. Like I don't know, had something crazy going on. But I really related to that joke at that time. This is me. Other than the stomach, like my knees falling off, but other than that, we're golden. So
nice, good job.
Thanks. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna roll right into the comments. I don't have too many comments, which is nice. But we're starting off hot with T-Ferg. T-Ferg says there's actually 2 cases of weekend at Bernie's shenanigans this year. One in the U.S. and one in Brazil. Okay, so less creative than we originally thought. Those 2 ladies that kidnapped that body and tried to withdraw money from the bank. I mean, still pretty creative, but
yeah,
slightly less. And the one and only Lord Reverend Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts drops in the comments. Says Subway was sued 2013 and did settle 2015 a class action lawsuit about the length of the 6-inch and foot-long sandwiches. So, thank you for your contribution.
Yeah.
We probably could have looked that up while we were talking about it, but I just it didn't feel as important,
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of the show that day. But
well, I think
it's fun.
if we had planned to talk about
yeah
stuff, then maybe we would have thought ahead of time. But I just thought of that. I was just like, there's definitely not.
Yeah, little industry secret about how we do the show. We don't plan much of it, so we hey, we're going to talk about this, and then whatever happens kind of happens. So sometimes I'm on the ball and I'll just Google something real quick, but not all the time.
Yeah.
And Dekoff says late to the party, but I dig the new intro. Also agree it would be hilarious if the doggos were in the intro, but no doubt Ragnar would jump on the desk and then somehow your shelf in the back or something. He'd be a clumsy boy, which is probably the nicest way to put it. I've never met a dog so uncoordinated before. It's so funny. Like, what? How do you do this? How do you trip over yourself all the time? I thought you guys were supposed to be good at this. I'll like put on videos of like wolves attacking a moose or an elk or something. Like, see how coordinated these guys are? Look at you. And then he just gets real sad.
You just shame your dog with Nat Geo.
David Attenborough helping me out, dude. It's this new wave dog training technique. Okay, we just we do comparison. You look at that, look at you. See what's different? Anyway.
Fix it,
Yeah. Decoff continues. Shane, proof on the whole meditation or it didn't happen. Did you went to a cornhole tournament yesterday? Or yeah.
Oh.
Did you meditate?
No, I didn't.
You piece of shit. Did you win?
No.
Well, should have meditated. See what happens.
I finished 3rd place twice.
That's like 6th place, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Your math is impeccable.
How many people were playing?
The doubles tournament, there were 8 teams. In the singles tournament, there was 16 people.
Okay. That's not too bad. I mean, it's Alaska, so you got to think that's like a third of their population, too.
Yeah,
so.
dude, most of the people who live in the state were there. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's a big turnout. And then Decoff continues. LMAO, Kylie, your kid. My brother pooped out on the sidewalk when we were growing up. Hopefully yours at least was in the grass. Talking about Kylie's kid that just pooped in the yard. And hilarious that, so Decoff, her brother's name is Levi, coincidentally. So, there's some things that Levi's do is poop on the sidewalk, you know?
Nice,
That's what I'd be doing. She also says, definitely not the asshole. It is his duty to tell her, and yeah, I think you can get charged for not telling about a venereal disease that you give. So it canceled each other out. LOL. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, technically you're preventing a crime from happening if you do that. So, like, I get it that it's company policy by the hospital to fire them, but you did say you prevented a crime. So you should get an award or something, probably.
Yeah.
Key to the city. I don't know, something small.
Key to the city.
She also has an idea that we could thank the other podcasts we do in the intro as well.
So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna
do the whole show backwards.
The intro's gonna end up being fucking 4 minutes long.
And nobody's gonna want to listen to the show because we're not
yeah.
talking about anything. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea, but it's just not the best, probably, because we... I mean, and that, yeah, because then you gotta think we could talk all of the comments, too, before we actually start talking about anything.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just film the description of the show. We'll do the subscribers, we'll do the friends of the show, and we'll do all the YouTube comments, and then we'll start the show.
Here's what we'll do. We'll do 2 separate shows. We'll do and they're both going to be 3 hours long, and that's just how it is.
We're just gonna do an entire intro where we just talk shit to the subscribers. Yeah, great comment. Way to add
nice
to the show.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That's terrible. T. Ferg's back in the mix, saying the charging of parents for gun-related crimes that their child commits is an interesting thing. I know there is more due to the parents trying to help him run from the law, but some others are possibly being charged due to other reasons. Yeah, I mean, strictly in this case, they bought him the gun, and then he killed other kids with it, so that makes sense, because if they didn't buy him the gun, then he wouldn't have, like, and it wasn't like even his gun, it was their gun that they bought for him to use, and then he took it. It's like, okay, well, if they didn't have that access to, it's like when a kid accidentally shoots the neighbor's dog or whatever the fuck, the parent's gonna get charged with that. You get charged the toddler with.
I just like don't agree with that, man. Like,
you don't think so?
I I really. So maybe in this scenario where like they could prove that they bought the gun just for their kid, maybe you could hold them accountable. But there's just, I feel like there's just too much shit you're trying to like blame on somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the kid who did the shooting should 100% be like go to jail of some sort, right? Juvie, whatever.
Right.
Now, if the parents, did in fact try to help him escape, then yes, then you're an accessory. You're just like you're a part of that crime.
Which they did, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I know there are plenty of scenarios where like a kid accidentally shoots somebody or an animal, like you were saying. I don't think it's the parents' fault at that point. Yeah. Should they get maybe like a neglect charge, like a fucking something like that? But like they didn't tell the kid to kill the kid or the dog, or fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's different. I don't think they should be charged like to the same degree.
Right.
And
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah. And I really hate the whole adage, oh, they're a kid, they didn't know what they were doing. You know what you're doing. Like
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
That's fair. All right.
Whatever.
Yeah. I don't even remember specifically what they were charged and convicted of, but it wasn't like like murder or anything direct, but it was definitely like, hey, this is like if you buy a gun for a guy and you give that guy the gun and then he goes and robs the bank, like you did help him do that, like that, like you can get charged for that, like.
Well, yeah.
Like if you
that's
like that, that's how
also
that works.
different. That's also a different scenario though, because like if I'm like, hey Levi, buy me a gun, like I would hope you'd be like, no. You know what I mean? Like if at the most you'd be like, I'll loan you the money and you can buy the gun yourself because you're an adult. You don't need me to buy a gun for you. That's sketchy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the moment you're buying other adults' guns, then things get weird.
Yeah,
I feel like. Yeah.
Like I don't think at any point when they bought their son that gun to use that it was ever supposed to be like, hey, here you go, dude.
Yeah.
Shootings, dog. You got it.
Back to school sale. Here you go, man.
Yeah.
All right.
We're fucked.
Yeah. T. Ferg also continues, said, had a church teacher growing up say nearly the same thing about abstinence before marriage and then guaranteed action after marriage. Nice. Good to know that that's a common theme. I feel like, and I never asked the guy. Right. I never asked the pastor, the youth pastor that had made that comment, but probably because I didn't know that a follow-up question could be asked. But I feel like if I would have the conversation as an adult with him, I would ask him how crazy, like how intense are we talking, because he was like, you could do all of it once you're married. But, like, he's also a youth pastor, so what's all of it, you know?
Yeah, you know what all like, it is, you know.
We're talking missionary. We're talking doggy for 20 seconds. We're talking missionary for another 17 seconds, and then nap time, okay? All while sitting on the chair backwards, you know?
I love
it. And then T. Ferg says, this is in response to his comment about your appearance. He said, we're just glad you're taking care of yourself, which
that's debatable.
I know he means well, but also the way like that comes out, that could come off the wrong way. We're just glad you're taking care of yourself, you know, finally.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, you're taking care of yourself. We're glad. Yeah, that's... and then Andres Valles says, I told my wife to trademark I can't breathe underwater. No, Shane gets to profit off of it. She has also told me that taking a shower feels like getting waterboarded. What the fuck is going on with this lady in water? That's so funny.
Oh man, Cynthia is a very peculiar person. She's pretty cool, but she says some off the wall shit. Like, of course I can't breathe underwater. You know,
taking a shower feels like getting waterboarded.
Yeah.
What? How are you showering? Just like face in the stream.
She actually turns the shower on, puts the washcloth over her face, and then just gets in facing the shower head.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's one way to do it. You know, I guess. Yeah, so those are the comments. If you want to leave a comment based off of whatever we talk about, feel free, and we will read them. Obviously, we might make fun of you, so just beware, that might happen. All right, so where to begin? We got some interesting stuff. I want to talk about our best friend, old Gypsy Rose. She's in the news again.
Of course.
So check it out. She's splitting from her husband that she married after getting out of prison. And she is now with her ex-fiance, not the one that she convinced to kill her mom. But this is a guy that she got engaged to while she was in prison before the other guy. So now she's hanging out with this other guy that she, for whatever reason, backed up off of. Went to the dude that looked like mom. Now she's with the first guy again. And
Please tell me you have a picture prepared.
yeah, I mean, I have pictures. You can't see a whole lot because they're definitely from people that were just like creeping on them at this festival.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of scary, but yeah, those are the two pictures basically. But he looks like he enjoys her company. I don't know. I mean, They are at a festival. They are at a jazz and heritage festival, so you know the wine's flowing. The saxophone's turning. It's romantic, you know.
Love getting my phone saxed.
Yeah. Anyway. So, exciting. Also, she's got a memoir coming out, so stay tuned for that. I think I'm gonna take my funds from the show, and I think I'm gonna get the audio book.
No, we already know what you're. No, we already know what you're spending that money on.
It's an audiobook. It's only a couple dollars.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right.
You have a trip to take.
You know what I need? Here's what I actually need.
What?
I need a gold-plated wheelchair.
Yeah.
So I can wheel about with my gimpy leg.
There you go. Dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know that flying kids out, like flying unaccompanied minors, was like kind of expensive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
So I'm flying my nephew out in like the middle of June. And
How old is he?
He's 13.
Okay.
And like the flight there and back round trip was going to be like $440, and I was like, oh dude, that's fucking easy. Okay, nice.
Yeah, tight.
But then I was like, he is
Wait,
underage.
from where?
From Atlanta to Seattle and then back.
Okay.
So like not a bad price.
No, that's pretty good.
So then I called Delta and I was like, hey, it's like I know I bought these tickets. He's 13. I was like, what do I need to do? And she was like, oh, you got to pay an unaccompanied minor fee for both there and back.
Man.
So it was an extra $300. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude. Yeah, I know.
Man, did you ever watch that movie?
Unaccompanied Minors? I feel like I have. Yeah.
Oh man, and they get like snowed in this airport terminal. God. That movie was the shit. I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember them breaking into the Lost and Found and like having a party.
Yeah.
They're like, look at all this free shit. It's just like people's stuff that they lost and never got back. Yeah, dude, flying is crazy expensive. I didn't realize that there was an extra fee. I thought that I guess it makes sense because like, don't they do a bunch of extra shit for them? They
I guess
basically make sure that they're accounted for. Like,
he's gonna have like a dedicated flight attendant, essentially.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, let's go.
On a totally different topic, have you finished Fallout yet?
The games or the show?
The show.
Oh, I haven't even started the show.
So I've never played the games.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, the show was cool. And like the story made sense.
Right.
But I just like didn't like I was never just like, oh dude, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
But everyone who's played the games, they're just like, you don't know anything. Well, yeah, obviously, because I've never played the fucking video games.
Yeah, you don't have that like extra however many years of like lore that you've been collecting in your subconscious forever.
And because of that, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make people who've watched both shows come at me sideways.
Probably not, but
yeah, well, who knows? Maybe not. We have a really like savage,
Well, I'm just trying to think. Like, I know almost every single person that listens to the show, and I am trying to think of how many have played the games and watched the show. So, continue.
So, the Halo series that everyone seems to hate so much, I think it's done very well for people who've never played the game.
Okay.
Because they do such a good job of backfilling, like, what's going on.
Right.
And Fallout is just like, boom, there's a fucking nuclear explosion, and, like, now there's people all fucked up, and there's vaults, and there's things and stuff, and I'm just like, well, I don't know how, why, like, why, who did the nuke? Where'd that come from? Why is that a thing? Why were these people making vaults before the nuke happened? I'm sure that's covered in the games.
Kind of. I mean, it is, but it's not front loaded either. Because in the games, I mean, it's an RPG, so you are exploring fucking everything.
Yeah.
And you get little bits of information here and there, and like all these, and it's Bethesda, so it's like you get fractions of information with each place that you visit, and you gotta. Like, it's just so spread out, like. So, every time you play a game, especially Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 specifically, like, you actually get to see the nuke, and you're rushed down to a vault. They're like, there's a vault salesman, like, hey, fucking, do you want to go into this thing? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. And then, like, 10 minutes later, he comes back, or, like, the sirens are going off and you're running to the vault. That's, like, the beginning of the game.
Okay.
And then you get cryo frozen, and then you wake up, and then it's however many years in the future, and everything's fucked, and you're like, oh, okay. All right. So, like, if you chose that game to dip your toes into Fallout, like, that would not tell you anything. And even with Fallout 3, it's still, like, I don't know, it's so spread, like, so wide, like, I guess the lore is, so.
Okay.
I don't know. So it feels like the show's kind of continuing that, where they don't give you all of the information, and then they just kind of drop these. I don't know. You tell me, you've seen the show. They kind of give you more information as it goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But all the pictures I've seen, it looks super good. I mean, Walton Goggins as the titular ghoul guy.
Dude.
Couldn't have picked a better guy to play that. He probably didn't even need makeup. He looks a little ghoulish in real life, so I love him. He's a great character actor. Like,
he really is.
He, like, as the bad guy in Justified.
Yep.
Like, I don't even remember his name now, but, like, he's just so charismatic in every role he's in.
Yeah. He was also he was like a cross dresser in Sons of Anarchy.
Oh shit. Holy fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was. He's also in is it Righteous Gemstones that he's in? I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen all the previews all the time.
Right.
Maybe it's not Righteous Gemstones.
I don't know if he's in Righteous Gemstones, but he is in Vice Principals with Danny McBride.
Oh, maybe
and I know Danny McBride is in the Righteous Gemstones.
Oh yeah, Matt might have got flipped around, but yeah. I do love me some Walton Goggins. I just watched Agent Argylle today. Have you seen that yet?
I have not seen that yet.
It's pretty good. Pretty fun, actually. Like, you are watching and you're like, okay, this is going to be kind of just one of those movies, and then it kind of does a little fake out on you, and you're like, oh, shit, all right. So, check it out. Love Sam Rockwell. There's not a bad movie he's in, you know.
Man. He's another really good, like, character actor, like his part in The Green Mile.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I knew that was him, but I just haven't seen that movie in so long, and I forget that like how good he was in that movie.
Yeah.
Green Mile. Have you ever watched Moon?
Yes.
Ugh, that's a great fucking movie. Yeah. He played George W.
Yeah, he did. Oh, wow, I forgot about that.
And Vice, yeah. Of course, Zaphod Beeblebrox and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Dude, so. Yes, okay. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No. I didn't have anything important.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you then. That new movie with Kirsten Dunst in it, at Civil War. The new A24 film.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty good. It's I like it. It's not a typical A24 movie where like there's like a random real vibrant color for like it's a straightforward like kind of gritty movie. So it's kind of different from what they usually do as a studio as a studio.
Yeah. Did you go watch that in theaters then, or did you rent it or something, or do something along those lines?
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I seen it on this one streaming website that I use.
I've seen it on the streaming website that I pay for, so you can't arrest me.
And it had letters next to it that made me realize that the quality wouldn't be good, so I didn't want to watch it yet. But it didn't say HD. It said 3 other letters, so I'm not gonna waste my time. I've watched enough shitty streams of movies that I don't want to fucking do it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Besides that, there's another show on Apple TV right now called Sugar with Colin Ferrel.
Oh, I've heard good things about this.
It is
too.
good. It's it's like they're doing a really good job of like the old-timey version of a detective movie.
Okay.
A lot of like inner monologue, a lot of like just a lot of retrospection like by him.
Yeah. Okay.
And it feels like an old-timey detective movie, but it's a show. So, and he is a detective, but you just don't see that style anymore.
Right. Yeah. A friend of mine posted about Tombstone earlier today, and I was like thinking about the movie Tombstone, and it made me think about how, in like the 50s, so many movies were like Westerns. Yeah. Like that was like just a thing. And that was like every actor, whether they liked it or not, probably were on a Western at some point. And then some of them, that's all they were was John Wayne, John Wayne, all these fuckers.
Well, if you think about it, like, what was it like like you're saying in the 50s and the 60s, it was Westerns, and then like 70s, 80s is like when the action hero. Yeah. Like, that's when that really became
the different like tropes like started taking over, and they're like, this is the typical tough guy, and like all these movies.
Yeah, and I think right now we don't know what to do. Like, I don't think the movie industry knows what is like popular, because like people got so, I mean, you could definitely say the 2000s, like the last like 20 years almost, have been just like bombarded with superhero movies. Yeah.
I feel like horror is taking a big jump. Like, it's always been pretty popular since like probably since the Insidious and what is the other one that was happening at the same time as Insidious?
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, the Paranormal Activity kind of like was before, and then Insidious, and then it was like the Conjuring movies.
Oh, the Conjurings, yep.
And like those movies, and like so it just kind of ramped up, and now it just seems like there's so many like big budget horror movies. Like I just watched Immaculate.
Okay.
Have you watched that yet?
No, so I know who's in it. Sydney Sweeney's in it, right?
Yeah, she's in it. That's why I watched it. And I didn't really know what to expect. Didn't watch anything like trailers or anything, and I just kind of clicked on it. And then right away I was like, "Oh shit, what'd I do to myself? Am I watching a scary movie right now?" Like, I like to know ahead of time. I can watch them just fine, but I just need to know to give myself a little mental preparation. And I was like, it's not like super duper scary, but it's a little creepy, a little like mindfuckery kind of. And
so I can't do jump scares.
Oh yeah, there's not really any jump scares in it. Yeah, it's just more like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like more like a thriller? Psychological thriller is a good way to describe it. Yeah, but did you see that fucking what's his name? Gladiator. Russell Crowe. Did you see he's gonna be in another Exorcist movie? He was just in The Pope's Exorcist, and now he's in a movie called The Exorcist.
Okay. Didn't they already make that movie, like, I don't know, 30, 40 years ago?
Or The Exorcism, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's The Exorcism.
I haven't watched any of, like, I don't really watch scary movies.
The Exorcism.
Okay.
So he's in The Exorcism, and in The Exorcism he plays an actor who's on a horror movie and then starts to like, go crazy or whatever the fuck is going on, basically. So I was like, oh, that's kind of a fun little, like, I like when they do that where it's like you're in a movie, like you're an actor in a movie about a movie. Then like I kind of enjoy that. I don't know why, but it's kind of like
it's a movie.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, like how there was like scenes from all these fake movies.
Yeah.
Like that's a little fun stuff going on. But yeah. Anyway. Okay, I found this video, or not this video, sorry. Back up. I found a article, and I'm gonna read whenever I find it again. Okay. The headline: over 100 hidden camera videos, mostly of Navy sailors, were uploaded to a porn site.
Oh no.
At Naval Base Guam.
Of course.
Yeah. Scores of non-consensual pornographic videos depicting U.S. service members on Guam were briefly available on Pornhub. They were uploaded in 2020 by one account. It doesn't say, it just says that they 102 videos of dudes masturbating in bathroom stalls. So hidden camera stuff. Not great. But the fact that it's like, yo, not surprised that it happened in Guam either, or that it happened around Navy sailors. Because, if it's of Navy sailors, it was a Navy sailor that did it. Like,
100%.
100%. Yeah. Like, there's no way.
Or it was at a bar that is frequented by them. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, true. It was recorded aboard vessels and in men's restroom at Naval Base Guam's Liberty Center.
Is this just like one dude that just did it 102 times in different places? Like, because I feel like it's weird, but it's kind of impressive.
It doesn't say. It just said, like, it says there's 102 videos of men. That would be even funnier if it was just one guy, though.
Just one dude fucking
yeah.
filming himself masturbating in every...
I mean, the Pornhub account name is PlayGuy148, so, maybe.
Yeah.
But
there was a guy in boot camp who swore that he masturbated in every building we went to.
What?
Yeah, I'm not.
How?
I don't know.
That was like the only place that I was like scared to even like look at my wiener wrong. I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. I definitely don't want to get in trouble for that here. Like,
what's crazy is like, especially in the berthing, there's no place that's private. You know what I mean? Because even the toilet stalls don't have doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, they didn't have curtains.
If your RDCs were cool, you got curtains. If they weren't, you didn't. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't have curtains either. So like, when you went to the bathroom, sometimes you were just like looking at another dude also taking a shit.
Yeah,
which is weird, but
yeah. After a while, it kind of got less weird, but still,
it really
super
did.
Weird.
That's the weirdest part, dude. Is that it became okay to just take a shit while talking to another dude taking a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that rope tie? It's fucking. Yeah, it's a different kind of animal for sure. But yeah, that's wild that he says that he in every building that they went to.
He said that every building that we went to, he had masturbated in. Like I'm assuming like in the bathrooms, but
yeah. Did he masturbate at battle stations or yeah?
I never asked about that. Because like when he was talking about it, we were like maybe a week out from battle stations, and we were in the like drill hall. In our like whites doing like the marching and everything to try to get it all down,
Yeah.
And he comes out of the bathroom and he goes, "Well, that's one more place off the list." And we were like, "What?" He's like, "I've masturbated in every building we've been to." And he's like, "I've been trying to do it here, but I never have a chance." I was like,
"That's
dude,
so
you
wild.
have a problem."
Yeah. Yeah. What? This is probably him, dude. He's filming people jerking off all over Guam. That son of a bitch. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. In other depraved news, Harvey Weinstein's rape conviction is overturned in New York. The district attorney is going to retry. Yeah, so there is a 4-3 opinion, the Court of Appeals, that overturned his sex crimes against 3 women, finding that the trial judge erroneously admitted testimony of uncharged alleged prior sexual acts against persons other than the complainants of the underlying crimes. So basically, the judge let in other victim statements or other things that other victims outside of the case would have been party to, and basically ruin the case. So now they got to retry him, which is frustrating, you know, like especially when it's like such a seems so open and shut, you know.
Yeah,
and also it's been done for a little bit now, not like crazy while, but he's also convicted of sex offenses in Los Angeles, so it's not like he's out of the woods completely, you know.
Okay.
He's yeah. So anyway, in kind of lieu of that, have you seen this thing going around, the man or bear thing?
I feel like I have. I feel like I read something about it, but I read like.
Okay, so basically, what it is it's a thought experiment, I think, kind of for those uninitiated, mainly dudes, to kind of consider why that there's a question,
yeah,
where women were asked, would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear? And pretty quickly, the women just choose the bear because they're scared of what would happen with a random dude in the woods, which is kind of depressing when you think about it.
I mean, that makes sense. As bad as it sounds, I get the thought process. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like in my head, I'm like, well, I like bears, so I don't feel like that's a fair metaphor. Like if you put some snakes out there or like a hippo, then it would be a little harder of a choice. But like also, if I see a strange dude in the woods and I'm the only one there, I'm gonna be scared too. Like, and I don't, you know, like I don't have any history with that kind of thing, so it's like
yeah. Well, no, so
but, oh, good.
So I think it's just like a human, like because a bear will for the most part ignore you.
Or run away from you flat out.
Or just run, sitting on the bear.
Bears are pretty timid when their children are around.
But I think the question seems kind of tilted in the wrong direction. Like I understand that basically what the question is saying. Like, oh, women are scared of men in general.
Yeah.
Cool. But also, if you stick 2 people in the woods, they're going to interact at some point because people are like they need to speak to like they need to be able to interact. Whereas if you're stuck in the woods with a bear, you're just going to talk to yourself and avoid the bear.
I don't think it's like a, hey, you only get to interact. I think it's like more of you're in the woods and you stumble across a bear.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Or a man. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm going to be more scared if I stumble across a random dude in the woods.
Not like you're in like this like weird force field where you and a bear just have to hang out. Because honestly, I'd still pick the bear. Like that sounds fun, but I was in. So it's like it's trending right now, and I'm seeing a lot of it on my Facebook feed, and a lot of the comments very depressing. Like some of the women that I've seen comment, they're like, well, people would believe me if I talked about a bear attacking me. Like, shit like that. Yeah, I was like, ugh, okay, well, now I'm sad.
I don't know.
But then there's, like, I saw a dude who was like, take your fucking chances with the dude, just fight him. I was like, bro, I don't think you're, I think you might be missing the point. He's like, you're not going to win in a fight against the bear. Have you seen The Revenant? I'm like, okay, the fucking movie? Like, what the fuck? Let me point to however many infinity movies are of strange dudes in the woods killing people. Like, Have you seen Deliverance? I don't know. Like, that was such a weird, like, no, they got to know how dangerous bears are. I was like, I think that might be the point, dog. Like, they're still picking the bears. Anyway, it's just that like interaction cracked me up. Like,
Yeah,
no,
definitely.
Think about how dangerous they are. Anyway, that's all I got for today.
All right, we'll try to get through these real quick. Let's see. Do you believe that we live in a simulation?
No, but I understand why people might.
So there is a scientist out of the University of Portsmouth. It doesn't say if that's like England or where, but the University of Portsmouth. The scientist's name is Melvin Vopson. He wrote a book called Reality Reloaded as like a tip to the hat to the Matrix.
Okay.
And in this book, he's convinced that due to the second law of thermodynamics, he can prove that we're living in a simulation.
All right.
I mean,
and he's writing a book about it?
He already wrote a book, yeah.
Oh.
He published, says...
Not a scientific journal, but a book.
Yeah, he published a book about how we're living in... And it doesn't give too much more. The article's pretty short, but obviously the link will be in the description, so if anybody wants to go check out that book and let us know. I feel like this is right up T Ferg's alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Kylie can read the synopsis of it, and then we
There
can...
we go. Oh, man. If you've made it this far, stop what you're doing. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that heart button. Whatever button it's attached to the podcast.
Whatever button your heart desires.
Yeah, dude. Whatever button your heart desires. Oh, man. Thank you. This week's Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not wanting to come to my daughter's birthday party?
Oh.
Yeah. So I had my daughter when I was really young. I was 16 at the time. I wasn't exactly the best dad. I had addiction issues, drugs, alcohol, and gambling. At 16?
Yeah.
Drugs are easy to get. I understand alcohol is easy, but gambling? I feel like that's fucking wild for a 16-year-old.
Gambling? That's where you draw the line.
I'm just saying, like, I know how easy it was to get drugs and alcohol when I was younger. But
where are you gambling at, you fucking hoodlum?
That's what I'm saying. I ended up getting arrested for the first time when I was 19. I've been in and out of jail for the last few years. When I was first arrested, me and my ex decided it would be best if I wasn't in the picture for my daughter's safety, and I agreed. She got married at 21 to someone else, and I was happy that my daughter had a proper family, even if I wasn't a part of it. My ex has been sending me updates every few months on our daughter, how she's doing at school, etc., which I've always appreciated. She even sent money to me when I was in prison, which I never asked for, but I did appreciate it. A few weeks ago, she reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to come to our daughter's birthday party. She told me that she and her husband got divorced a few months ago, and that she told our daughter about me and wanted us to spend some time together. But she's trying to get back with you, bud.
Dad's coming back in the picture.
I told her that I didn't think it was a great idea just because I know I'm a piece of shit. Wow.
Jesus.
I mean,
all right. Gotta work on yourself a little bit, buddy.
I mean, yeah, I know.
I get it, but like also like, come on, you gotta turn the corner sometime.
Yeah, I know I have anger issues. I know I'm a criminal, and I don't want my daughter to follow in my footsteps. But we've been arguing about this for the past few weeks, and my ex is insisting that I come. So am I the asshole for not wanting to come to her birthday party? It's a rough
based
one.
on that, I would say no. Like I get that. Like you want to distance yourself from that just because you're fearful. I would say you're not an asshole, but I think you should probably seek counseling, maybe.
Yeah. I think you should try, man. I think because what if? Yeah, I know you have anger issues and you think you're a piece of shit. Like that just the piece of shit thing just sounds like low self-esteem. You've made a bunch of bad decisions. You feel guilty about all the bad decisions you've made, and so you're just gonna kick yourself while you're down.
Yeah, the self-deprecation is,
But I think being a father is like the fucking best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Now, do I get to see him as much as I want? No, but he definitely makes me rethink a lot of decisions I try, like that I start to make, because I'm like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I think meeting your daughter could change that for you. Like, you know what? Like, I want to be better so that I can be around her, so that I can show her what a positive male role model is, because
yeah,
it means something, to try.
Did he say how old the daughter was gonna be?
He said 16.
Okay.
Oh no, he was 16 at the time.
Yeah.
She was 21. So no, it doesn't say the exact age.
Okay.
But it has to have been a while, because he was 16 when it happened, and I'm guessing the girlfriend was around the same age, because she was 21 when she got married, so that's at least 5 right there.
Yeah.
And then they got divorced a couple months ago. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I would assume she's probably like 10, maybe.
Yeah.
10 or 11.
Okay. Yeah, man. I would say go. But like I said, I don't think not going makes you an asshole. I understand that you're like, he doesn't want to. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird spot to be in. Like, it's very tricky, but I don't think that anyone's being an asshole in this situation, really. He's trying, like, thinks that he's doing the best thing by not showing up. Is it? Maybe not. He doesn't know, because you don't know until you do it. But depending on how old the kid is, it might be a big thing. It might be super big to show up, And like you said, it might help him. Might help him grow as a person and stop being so self-defeating and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does the crowd say?
You're the asshole, 54%.
What? Why are... That's so... That blows my mind. What are they... Is there any, like, big, like, major comments or no?
Let's see. Come on.
I'm just like... feel like I'm always wrong on these, but...
The most, like... Holy crap. The most, like, liked one or upvoted one.
Oh boy.
Okay. You can continue to be a fucking deadbeat, or you can step up and be a father for once.
Holy shit.
You're the asshole because it's so simple and your child deserves a father. Just show up, be there, bring a gift, say she looks nice. Tell her how proud of you are. Smile for a couple stupid photos. Keep your anger issues and your addictions in your check at the party. Try your best to be sober for your daughter and control your temper when she's around. You can do it. You have a reason to. Your daughter is that reason. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but be prepared to lose any relationship you have with your daughter if you refuse to go. Edit. Yeah.
Little tough love action.
See it this way. My dad lost me for the same reasons. I just found him after 18 years. He was worried he'd rub off on me, that I'd be stupid and get into the same trouble he did. I didn't. I was fine. I had an example of what not to do. Your past is your past. You are under no obligation to be the person you were yesterday. You can be better. And your poor decisions serve as life lessons to teach your daughter the consequences of behaving poorly in this world. She will be happier to have a father who knows he has mistakes and knows he fucked up in her youth than a father who refuses to be present because he's too insecure about himself. Bro. So what? You're not perfect. So what? You weren't present in the most important years of her life. There's nothing you can do to change that part. The only thing you can change in this relationship is what you currently have with her. She doesn't see you the same way you see yourself, I promise. But if you keep bailing on those types of things, she will start to understand why you are insecure, and maybe she'll start telling herself that she's going to end up like you. Be there to prevent that. Just be there.
Goddamn.
Dude.
Yeah. Part of that, what he said was, learn from your past. Like, she could learn from your past. That's a point I didn't even think about. Like, yeah, you fucked up a lot, but also, that's a lot of like, hey, maybe you don't do this. Like, that's an educational moment, like, left and right. Like, listen, I've been there. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that time that I didn't see you till you were 10?
Yeah. You can. I didn't think about that, but you could definitely offer insight on situations where, like, regular people aren't going to know because they weren't a part of a shady situation. They're and you can be like, hey, this seems too good to be true.
Yeah, like super sheltered people. I always when I meet very sheltered people, it's always interesting because they're like you can tell that they're very kind and they just want to do the best for everybody, and like that's awesome. But also they get taken advantage of, and I don't know if it's at a higher percentage or not, but it feels like it might be, because they are so kind and they don't know any better. And listen, prison dad knows all of that kind of stuff. Like, you're not gonna that guy's gonna be able to prevent so many shitty things from happening just because of his life experiences. Like, that's a whole crock pot full of learned experiences that they can take and be a good dad with, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get back out there. Get back with your daughter's mom, because it feels like she wouldn't be trying as hard if she didn't want you back in like the picture at some capacity. Maybe she doesn't actually want to be with you, but
yeah. But I mean, she did
in the picture.
Offer the olive branch and like, hey, come back.
Yeah.
I keep talking like, yeah, you like he's gonna be listening to this, but it's like, come on, dude, man, you can fucking do it.
You never know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We'd like to thank our friends, The Real Creature Feature, The Macabre Emporium. Did I do that wrong?
No, you're
okay,
doing
cool.
Great.
I always get the one mixed up. The Society of Cryptid Hunters.
Yeah.
And this like other one that we barely ever talk about, the Remedial Scholar.
Oh yeah, that bum. I heard he's got a fucked up leg. That piece of shit. Oh man! All right, that's it.
That's it.
All right, I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.